Well, hi guys, and welcome to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day it's been here in Bali. I've got back a little bit earlier than I would normally. I think it's about 11 o'clock at night. It's been a great day today. Everything fell into place, everything worked out, so really enjoyed the day. Met some lovely people, lovely girl from Germany. She was becoming a yoga instructor, so we had a good old chat. That was nice. Then I met an American guy who was amazingly loud and wonderful, and loved his company. So it's been a nice day mixing with people that ordinarily I wouldn't do, because I'm always so busy doing other things. So it was lovely to relax here in Canggu in Bali. I received an interesting message the other day, I think via one of the social medias. I don't know which one, but it was regarding the lady's disappointment in the fact that she's walking a spiritual path, and everybody that she believes is somebody who could help her basically wants so much money from her, and she felt that wasn't spiritual. Well, it's a difficult one, I'm afraid, and it isn't something that you can just talk about in 30 seconds. I take a course, and the last day course is all about this particular subject, and the course that I do is a 4-day course on healing to become a healer, and you know what to expect, and the pitfalls, and I try and help people through the pain and suffering that I went through. Most of you already know now that when I first started this field of work, I refused to charge. Just simply and utterly refused to charge whatsoever. So for 2 years I gave readings and healings free. Yeah, that's lovely, and I was able to do that because I had a little shop run by angels, and the shop helped to pay for all those hours of doing this work free, because I believe that's what it was. The issue we have with life is quite simply, the lady who sent that message to me would be, and no disrespect, but when you aren't doing very well in the business world, the money world, then you are affected quite badly, because you're not able to afford what other people can. But you know, there are millions of people out there who do the work free. You encounter people from day to day who do the work free, and yet so many people are focused on people who charge. I wonder why that is. That's something that the person needs to think about for themselves, because they're relating to the fact that people who charge are the ones who are better than others, or they think they are, which is absolutely not true at all. All I can say on that matter, in a nutshell, is that there are 7 billion people out there in this world, and why would you focus on the odd few who charge? Why don't you leave them alone and find people who gift freely? I did it for 2 years. I do it every day. There are obviously people that can't do that, and to be upset about that is really not very clever, because you're then bringing negativity into what you believe is a spiritual world, when that's not the case at all. Sorry, it isn't. You get good and bad people in every walks of life, in every fields of work. Some people who want to charge more than others, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. You let them do what they want, because there's people out there who want to pay a lot of money. I'll give you for instance. When I first started this field of work and I was confident enough to do a big show, I was sat at the show and I got my board ready with the prices on. And I thought, what am I going to charge? So I wrote down a price on a board, and not 5 minutes later, these two ladies walked past, and one said, "Oof, oh dearie me, £35 for an hour session. That's disgusting. That is absolutely terrible. I can have the same done for 25." So I overheard this, and I felt absolutely terrible. Everybody else was charging 35, 40, 50, 100, but I thought, yeah, so here am I thinking it was a fair price, and these two ladies totally disagreed. They walked past, and I quickly rubbed the board and I put £15, okay, for a session. No sooner than I did that, somebody walked past with a friend, a man and a woman. They were walking past, and one said, "Oh, look, £15. And the guy said, "Well, he can't be any good. He must be crap if he's only charging 15." And he walked past. And that was a really big turning point in my life, because it made me realise then and there that there is no pleasing everybody. Just like the lovely lady who sent me a message saying, "Why does everybody charge so much when it's meant to be spiritual? It should be free." At the end of the day, my dear friends, you charge what you charge because of what you do in life and what you want in life. So if you want a happy life filled with no bills, holidays 3 times a year, being able to afford to put clothes on your children's back, then, my dear friend, you're going to have to charge, or you're going to have to give up and find something else to do. For me, it was a simple case of that I was coming back to our other shop and saying, "Oh, I had a great day today." And basically, my wife then said, "Well, how much have you done?" And I says, "Well, not much." "How can you've had a great day?" And she was absolutely right. I didn't have a great day. I had a great day in doing my readings and healings, which I loved, but I couldn't afford to pay for the shop anymore. And that's when we realised the shop wasn't making anything, because I was busy doing my work. So I sold the shop and started this work full time. Now, I have a mortgage. I have a massive mortgage. Yeah, I have bills. I had my daughter to feed, and, all of the things that we needed. So there's no argument there. I had to work, and I had to charge. I wanted to do this work, and you may say to yourself, "Well, why didn't you just stick at what you were doing, and why didn't you just do it for free for the rest of your life?" Well, I couldn't do both. I had queues of people outside the door of the shop wanting readings all day, and I couldn't run a shop, so I had no choice. So therefore, I started charging for my readings, and over the 12 years, I started at, I think, £15, and then went to euros. And then right at the very end, like the last readings I was doing, I was charging €190 a reading with healing, which was an hour and a half, which is a lot of money. It's more than a doctor would get. But then again, how many readings and healings would you do every day? So it depends on. And again, if it was all about the money for us, I don't think we'd be in this game, because I could make a lot more money doing other things. So it depends how you look at it. You can see my lovely room. It's beautiful. It's not 4-star room. It's it's a little hostel room. I live frugally, and every now and again I might have a lucky spell in life that I'm asked to do a retreat somewhere where I would never be able to afford. It isn't the lifestyle that people tend to think. I live in a hotel room, and it's kind of lonely sometimes. So it's other people's observations of how other people are. So for me, I think the most important thing is, to this beautiful lady who sent that message, is let the people go that don't feel right to you, that are charging a lot, and find people out there who give from their heart and who will always help you along a journey freely. There is something called universal exchange. Whether you believe in that or not is another thing. So there are healers out there who would do a healing session, and you would give them a crystal or a plant or whatever you want. Or, there's something about this law of the universe and the exchange of energy. In an ideal world, if there was no such things as politics and the system, then I believe the way that it would work would be, forget businesses, forget all of that, but people who offer their love, their energy to help others and vice versa. So we all work for the higher cause. They believe that wouldn't work, but the system is falling apart as we speak. Each year it gets worse. So maybe one day we might have that beautiful exchange of energy. So basically, I give you an hour of my time and you give me an hour of your time, and the world may work like that. Most people don't believe it will work like that, but who knows? So this was just a little bit of an observation, a little chat about why people charge for spiritual work. I don't know if it's made any sense to you, but each person has their own journey. Each person should feel comfortable with what they charge. And above all, on a final note, above all, if you really truly are a giver, a kind, caring, spiritual person, you're watching this now, you know how many times you've given freely from the heart. So we don't ever have to worry about that. We know we've done more than our fair share every day to help people and care for them. So that's the bottom line, really. I think you know when to charge and when not to. If somebody comes to you and they've just lost their mother or a child, there's not even a thought about charge. Everybody knows that who's spiritual. And somebody comes and they're feeling a bit down, they want a bit lifted up a little bit, and you give them healing or a reading, they feel great and they're bouncing out that door, then then they're happy to pay, and you're happy to take the money. So it depends how you look at life. So on a final note, my dear angel, if you're watching this video today, don't take it personal when people charge. Just there's 7 billion people out there. Find people who are for you, what feels right for you, and let the others go. That's all. Then you're on your journey, your happy journey, and that's all I want for you, to be happy. So from my heart to yours, thank you for subscribing to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Thank you for spending a few moments here in Canggu in Bali just before the Heart Healing Retreat, which is on the 2nd of September. One place left still, which is a villa, and yes, you're going to have to pay for that, I'm afraid, because that's what it costs. It's a fortune, but if you want to do ballet and you want to be on a spiritual retreat, then these things cost, and that's the way of the world. And if not, then you find yourself a lovely corner in your house, create your own little temple, put your Buddhas on there, put your incense on there, close your eyes and create your own spiritual space. That's what I did for 10 years. Have a lovely day, guys. Love you all. It's always a difficult subject, this one, because there's a lot of people who get very angry over the spiritual side of things and, charging for your gift. But as far as I'm concerned, everybody has a gift, and whatever that gift is, whether it be spirituality, whether it be a carver, whether it be a footballer, all of these gifts are simply gifts, and we get paid for them. That's how it is, and everything's a gift. Everything you are is a gift. Everything. Have a lovely, lovely evening, guys, wherever you are. Take care. Love you all.